Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us tonight. We're going to be talking about LuLaRoe. LuLaRoe is an application that helps you organize your inventory and post it to Facebook. So tonight we have Bethany. Bethany has used LuLaRoe for quite some time, and she likes it. I've been using LuLaRoe for like a week or so. So I'm going to let Bethany talk about it, and then I might put in my own 2 cents of what I think about it. I'll show you how the application looks, like what it looks like, and then we can open it up for questions. All right, Beth.
Perfect. Hi, everybody. So I started using LuLaRoe because I was going out of my mind with the system that I had of tracking inventory, and I find that it's really, really, really helpful in decreasing the amount of time that I spend. It's mostly online is how I use it, but it decreases the amount of time that it takes me to pull inventory from my stock, like to pull photos and put them into like a sold folder somewhere and keeps track of that stuff. So basically, I started, my system prior to this was really intricate and really terrible. It was, well, not really terrible, but it's kind of typical terrible, I think what we all do. So it's like, you know, I'd take my pictures and then I would have all of my pictures in folders, you know, divided by size and by style. And then when somebody purchased an item online, I would go into that folder and remove the picture and put it into a sold folder. And I actually put it into a sold folder for each customer, just because I didn't, you know, I wanted them, if they ever had an issue, that I'd be able to pull up the image and know exactly what they were talking about. So I did that, as well as I also leave my photos up on my Facebook group. So when I did an online sale, what I'd end up doing is I'd go into my LuLaRoe, I'd see that somebody paid their invoice, I'd go into my Facebook group and remove the photo. I'd then go into my regular photo albums and then remove the photo from there and copy it into a customer sold folder. And all of this, I think Tom timed it because he hated doing it so much. I think it took about 3 minutes per order, even if it was one pair of leggings. So, you know, usually I'd have about 50 packages or something like that I'd have to do, of maybe 80 to 90 pieces. So you can imagine it was like hours and hours of work every time I had to do an online sale. So I don't even know how I heard about this. I think I heard about this from Nighty, actually. And so I looked into it and I played around with it first on my, I have a party room page. So I played around with it there where I have no customers. It's an empty page with just me to sort of see how the application worked. And I was really impressed with it. And I've only seen it improve since I started using it. I feel like when I very first started using it, it was, I don't know, it was a little bit slower than it is now. Now it's pretty reliable. There are times definitely when it's a little bit slower, but it really has helped a lot. So what LuLaRoe has to offer, actually, before I even start that, one of the things that I do want to say is that it's completely within our policies and procedures guideline. Like this is not a compliance issue. And I actually spoke to, I think it was JT from compliance when I was talking to him prior to me even knowing that this existed. I talked to him about making something very similar to this. And so the whole thing with LuLaRoe is that you have to invoice through Audrey, you have to collect payment through Audrey, but you can use a system like this to manage your sales. It's just that they don't support the sales or support this product. So if something goes wrong with LuLaRoe, you know, LuLaRoe is not going to say, well, that's our program, so we'll fix it, because it's not. So it is kind of a use at your own risk thing, but it's designed by another consultant and her husband who's an engineer, and they're both lovely and great. But anyways, so that was just one thing, because I know a lot of people, when I first started talking to them about this, a big question that comes up is this in compliance with the rules? Which is great because everybody cares about the rules, but yes, it is in compliance with the rules.
Right. One thing to add, just like with any other thing that you're using, even Facebook obviously isn't supported by LuLaRoe, so that would be another third-party thing that we're using to supplement our sales. Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, so how LuLaRoe works is that you upload all of your pictures into albums, and they have a drop-down menu that you choose you choose your style and you choose your size, and you upload the pictures accordingly. So, all of my extra small Cassies go into extra small Cassie. It's just like how I would do it on a computer and organizing it by style and size folder. And then there is a way to post the inventory to Facebook. You can either post it immediately or you can post it at a time that you desire. Although that's kind of tricky because it doesn't actually post at the time that you set it to. It posts around that time. So people who are really crazy about getting something up right at a set time, I always tell them post like 30 minutes prior because then it'll be up by then. So you basically keep all of your inventory in one, you have an inventory page and it tells you how many items you have of each style. And then you can post your inventory however you want. You can post everything. You can post, certain styles. You can post certain sizes. You can really do whatever you want with it. There's an easy way to post, and Thea's going to show you later. There's an easy way to post to Facebook, and then there's an easy way also to list your items so that you can make tags. Like if you wanted to make codes for each item so that you could scan them with a barcode scanner, you can do that also, which is something that I haven't done, but I am going to do for in-home pop-ups. And then, there's also a section that lists all of your sales. So everything that people claim goes into that section. So how it works is that every item is assigned a link, which is its own unique, item number link that goes into the picture comment on your Facebook page. And the customer, it requires a little bit of training on your customer's behalf, but the customer is told to click that link and claim through that. When they click that link, what it brings them to is a screen that asks them for their real name, which is really helpful because everybody now is like Lindsay Marie or Anna Mae or whatever. So, they put in their real name, they put in their email address, they put in their regular address. And next to their name and their email address are little buttons that you can copy and paste very, very quickly. So it's easy to transfer that information over into Audrey. And so that person claims the item and it shows up in your sales tab as almost as like the What Did I Sell app, because that's what I used prior to this. So it shows up in a listed, like an inventory list. And from that, in that My Sales tab, you can go to the item on Facebook. Like if you can't tell by looking at the picture what color that legging is, you can go to that, that picture on Facebook. And like if you're like me, I describe everything. So I say, black leggings, navy leggings, that kind of thing. So it's really helpful. It's very easy to manage. But it's probably cut down time as far as pulling orders. I'm probably spending about a third of the time that I used to spend on my orders. So it's great.
Yeah, it's been pretty awesome. I started using it probably about a week or so ago, right before convention. So I've used it a couple times and I find it works really well. So let me show you all what it looks like. I'm going to try screen sharing. It's the first time I'm doing this. All right. Okay, cool. Can everyone see my screen?
Yep.
All right, awesome. So this is what Shop the Row looks like once it's already set up. You see over here we have your inventory. There's a section where you could track your finances and business expenses. It gives you sales trends, an easy way to see how many items you have on hand in your inventory, what you've currently sold. So it's really nice in organizing what you're doing and to give you a visual of how your sales are going. So I'm going to log out so you can see what it looks like from the very beginning when you'll come to it. Let me go home. All right. So this is the home screen for Shop the Row. If you're new, you would go to Consultant Sign Up. And in Consultant Sign Up, they want to make sure that you are actually a LuLaRoe consultant in order to use this program. So they have you use your consultant website that LuLaRoe gave you. So to find that, I forgot to keep that one up. Let me bring this here. So everyone on LuLaRoe within Audrey has their own website. So right here, where it says site, You click on that. You can go to View Site, and this is your web page. The thing that Shop the Row wants to know is basically what your public ID is, and that is, for me, it's just Thea Charles, my name. So when you go back to Shop the Row, I would write Thea Charles in the section and then submit, and that would give me access to this website. All right, let's log back in. Let me see if I'm in here. Okay, so great. So now you're in Shop the Row. Yay! And you want to add new inventory to it. To do that, you would go to My Inventory and then click on the Add Inventory page. So this is what Bethany was talking. Oh, I gotta log back in. So this is what Bethany was talking about by organizing your items by the item type and the size. So you could pick, and you add a line, and the size that you have. Say we're putting in a size 2. And the neat thing is that it shows you what your wholesale price is for the item that you pay, that you've purchased. So that's the wholesale price with the 5% discount already factored in. And then the retail price, I've noticed that they always have the MAP price already listed. In description, if you needed to describe something like, say, like black leggings, or this background is black rather than navy blue, or something like that, you can write that in here. Then you would upload your image. I have nothing to upload right now. Let's do this. So you can upload your image, and then you can do one of two things. So you can either put in a description if you had a description. If there were leggings or something you had a duplicate of, you can write how many you have of that, and then you can submit, and that would put that image into your folder. Am I making sense, Bethany?
Yeah, yeah. So a good thing to know is that it doesn't, it lists an individual picture for every item that you have. So if you have 20 pairs of black leggings, you're going to see 20 pairs of black leggings.
Yes, exactly. So you'll see multiple pictures.
Yeah.
Another thing that someone else had brought up before is that if you have a whole bunch of things, but you just have one item each, you can upload all the files at one time and make sure that all your pictures are showing, and then you can submit all of them. That's if you have one of each. When you have multiple pictures, you can't do a quantity. You can't say I have 3 of each of those pictures.
So can I ask a quick question?
Sure.
So if you're selecting more than one and you're not putting any descriptions, you can upload them all at once. Is that what you were saying?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Okay, perfect. And then if there's one that you have to write something specific, you can add that one individually, or can you go in and edit the description for that one later?
I think you can edit, but I put them all up.
You can. Yeah. You can edit later, but it's a big pain in the butt. This is my least favorite aspect of Shop the Row, is that I think it takes, and it's only because it's me, it takes me a long time because I write comments for almost everything, because I literally don't want to be asked questions. I want to throw my inventory up and then be able to walk away and just like have nothing to do with the program. So it takes me a long time because I write a comment for pretty much everything, but at least when it comes to multiple items. So if you do have like multiple colors, like, leggings, I have 2, if I had 2 pairs of red, 2 pairs of green, 2 pairs of yellow, I would have to upload all of those individually. So I'd upload 1 picture of yellow, and then I'd put the number 2 under quantity received. I'd go back in and upload my 2 pairs of green, the same way, and so on and so forth. So when you're initially putting everything in, it's a time investment. It took probably a couple hours to get all of my inventory in.
Yeah, I think this was the worst part for me, was uploading my pictures. I have a really big inventory, and it was painful.
Yeah, it's painful.
It's definitely painful, but it's totally worth it in the end.
Yeah.
So I was crying. That's why it took me so long to get in.
Yeah, you couldn't see through all the tears.
Yeah. This is after, this is the rainbow on the other side, but it was a lot of tears to begin with.
Yeah.
So once you upload all your things, you can go back to My Inventory. And this is where you would be able to see everything in your inventory. So, for example, these are my Amelias. I have 50 Amelias currently in stock. If I wanted to see what they were, like, what do I have for extra large? If I click on that, all my pictures come up.
Mhm.
Now, I also have this little size card thing, which was something that I was using before, and it works okay. Like, I uploaded it, the first thing I did separately, and then I uploaded the rest. But sometimes Shop the Row will put pictures out of order within a size group. So although you might get like small, medium, large in order, what's within that medium group might be out of order. So if you have a size card like this, you might not want to use it just because it's just a little more work because you have to then open up all those albums to make sure it's in the right spot. So I haven't really been using it. So one other thing, so yeah.
So wait, can I interject also? If you are somebody who uses size cards, you can just, if you post in your group regularly, you can just leave the albums, whatever pictures that you want, you can leave in those prefabricated albums, like your, you know, your Amelia's, like you can have all the size cards in there if you wanted to, and then just organize them later, which isn't what I do, but it's, I don't think it's that difficult.
Right. It's an option.
Yeah.
So I never changed the purchase date. For me, the purchase date is just the date I uploaded it into Shop the Row. Then we see what the wholesale price is again, the plan retail price, and then you also see what your profit is, which is kind of nice to see because I guess I just never really thought about the fact that I was making $35 off of each Amelia. So that's kind of nice. All right. Okay. So listings. So when you want to add, goodness, where am I? So, all right, let me find a smaller album or something that's a little bit better. So say I want to list all of my Nicoles. It's actually bigger, but anyway. So I would click on, I clicked on all, if you didn't notice. I clicked on the biggest number. And now all of my Nicoles are now showing. To make sure I'm seeing all of them, I changed the show entries to all. And then I select all in the corner up here. Scroll down to the bottom. And right around here would be like a little button, or maybe it just looks like this refresh button to have you link your Facebook to Shop the Row. And that would let Shop the Row have access to any group that you're an admin to. So I'm going to be posting this into my test group. You can post into an already created album. So if you already had an album within your Facebook group, like, let me go to that group. Where is it? I can't see. It's my test group. So in this test group, I have this album called Hats, which is something I was playing around with some other group before. So if I wanted to, I could load all my Nicoles into the already created album called Hats. So by doing that, every picture in here would go into that album. But I'm not going to do that this time. I'm going to show you how to create a new album. So you can make Shop the Row create the album for you, just like you are there and you're making an album. So I give the album a name. And you have to create a image for the album's cover. So that's not one of these pictures. It's a different picture. So I can either upload one or I can pick one from my library, which is unavailable at the moment. So what this would show you is any album covers that you've used in the past. I find it really hard to use because the thumbnails are kind of small. So if the pictures look similar, I'm not too sure which one I'm picking. So I usually go to upload new image. This thing is in my way. Sorry. Oh, that's like it. So my album cover. And then for the message, so this message is going to be the description in the picture. So the way this works is this is where you would put in the description. So like how Bethany had black leggings and she describes things so that she doesn't have to answer a question later. You would have the description would come up there. I didn't really talk about did I tell you guys where the description goes in to begin with? Did I miss that? I might have missed that. We'll go back. Then whatever text you want to put in, like to purchase this item, click on this link and click on claim to buy item. So this thing that says item will fill in the item type. So small Nicole, it'll say something like that for the price, and the price will be for the list price. Then whatever you want to tell your customers, and then the URL. It's important that you use the URL or put it somewhere in there because no one will be able to claim through Shop LuLaRoe without that link. So you can copy this or use a little copy thing.
Yeah, use that little button.
Use this button.
You click that and then it copies.
Pop in. So now it's in my message. They also have this feature called the customized claim form. Bethany, do you know if this is working?
Yeah, it does work. It's hard to use though, and it's not user friendly. So click it, and then your question, what you actually want to show up, you have to highlight.
Like this.
So you'd have to click control and highlight both of them, yeah, in order for it to actually show up as a question, which is really misleading because you think when you're checking that customized claim form that whatever you have written there should just show up, but they make it harder. But it's okay. I still love them.
We still love them.
Exactly. I love them so much.
so much. All right. So then you have some options. You can list a Facebook right now. So it'll create that album right now. Or you can schedule the post for later, which is something I use a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So I would, could either use the calendar or put in the date. They want it to post Friday at 8:30. It'll post at Friday at 8:30 or around that time.
Mm-hmm.
So far, I don't think I've been posting during like peak hours. My things have been posting on time. I've been pretty lucky, but give it a few minutes.
I think at peak hours, it takes maybe 30 minutes to post everything. It's still not even bad.
It's not bad at all.
Yeah, it's not bad.
All right. And this last one, list without posting to Facebook. I think this is what you use to do your QR, the labels. Is that what you use for labels?
Yeah, you just have to list everything and then pull it from there.
Okay. All right. So I'll just click this now. List and post to Facebook. So that's doing its thing. So let me show you what an album looks like that has already been listed. So earlier I listed some Jordans. So I can go into listings for Thea and I know everything that I've already listed to Facebook. So I know that right now my Nicoles are populating, Jordans are already there. What I really like is that it shows me the group that it's posted in. So this is in my test group, the album that it's in, and the photo. So if I click on test group, it pops up the group that I was in. If you click on just Jordan, that's the name of the album. And for me, the most helpful is photo. So this will give me a close-up of the photo and any comments that might be on there. Maybe I should comment on something to show you what it looks like. If someone puts a comment and doesn't actually purchase,
oh yeah,
they give you an alert, so you'll know. I'll just say something silly like, "Is this black?" Because I didn't write the description.
See, they wouldn't have to ask that if you wrote it in the description.
I know, if I wrote it in the description, no one would have any questions.
Exactly. Completely no interaction.
Other things that are neat that I've noticed is that it bolds just certain words, like sold, pass, and claim. I've noticed that if someone says any of those words in a comment, it comes up bold. So hopefully this works out and I can show you really quickly. I'm just going to refresh the sold comments. So by refreshing sold comments just means it's refreshing the comments that anyone has written in your Facebook group for a particular picture. Okay, so while that's refreshing, let me go back to this test group again and show you the Nicoles that I should be uploading. And everyone's chatting in the background here. You guys like my Michael Jackson?
Yeah.
That's me, man. All right. Okay, so Nicole, I currently have 44 pictures in my Nicole. So you can see it made the cover album that I asked it to. It actually put all of my little size things in the right, well, so far, all in the right spot.
That's amazing.
See, it can do it.
It's probably getting better. I think they've been doing updates.
Yeah, because it looks like everything is in exactly the same order that I've uploaded them in.
Yeah, which will save me a lot of headache because I always
Yeah.
go through and organize everything.
Oh, I thought I put a description in this one. I should have, because I should say it's navy. But anywho,
Exactly.
right? I thought I
Yeah.
did. Guess not. So anyway, so when you look at it, it's the exact same comment that I showed you that I cut and paste to claim. This is a Nicole size large for $48. And then invoices will be sent at the, well, that's something I write, that I send them at the close of the party. And then this is the link for someone to claim. So when they click on this, it brings them back to Shop the Row. They know who their consultant is. They know the price. They can return back to the picture if they want to, and they can click on claim. And by doing that, they put in their address, their email, all that stuff that Bethany was telling you about. And here are my questions. Like, if someone wants to join my team, or if they want to host a pop-up, they can be like, absolutely, because who doesn't want to pop up with me? If I could spell absolutely, I'm just going to write yes. Absolutely.
Yeah, girl.
Of course. I want to join my awesome team. We can also do, also another great thing in here is that you can say, you can give a customization for the shipping method. So for me, I only put down local pickup, because if it's not local pickup, I only ship in one way. So all I need to know is if someone's picking up or not. Otherwise, it's getting shipped. But let me show you real quick where that is. So if I go to, I think it's my profile.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I go to my profile. There's all my info. And then I can decide whether or not I want to, which options I want to give somebody. So if I want someone to say, I want the cheapest or fastest or local pickup, that's how those things populate over there. You can also set it to send you an email every time someone buys something, but hopefully people are buying so much that you don't need your mailbox filled up with that. And it's really easy to see your sales items. So I mean, it's a nice feature, but it's a nice to have. It's not a need to have. No. All right. So I showed you my Nicoles. I showed you how things were listed. Oh, I remember what I want to show you. I wanted to show you real quick what it looks like when someone writes a comment. Pop up.
So you've just refreshed your, going back to this, you've refreshed your, under my listings, you've done refresh all sold comments.
Yep.
You have to give it a few minutes, and then when you come back to it, it shows you what all the written comments are.
Exactly. So here are my comments. It says who made the comment. So I made the comment and I asked if it was black, and it tells me what time. And then, like I mentioned before, certain words are bolded. So if someone said sold and didn't click on that link, it shows that someone said sold. And if they had clicked on the link, it would move this picture into your sales side. One last thing to show you on this page before I move on is this little thing here about the Facebook usage per hour. I thought this was like detrimental, that I was using too much Facebook bandwidth and it wasn't going to post anymore. It's not really the case. So I guess what it does is that they give us so many points or whatever for the Facebook loading quota. This is like all IT talk that I don't really know very well, but apparently they only can post so many things at a time, and we all have that split up amongst every consultant that is on this program. But the thing is, not all of us are posting at the same time. So you can post even when you've posted more than 200 pictures in an hour. You can continue posting. Is that right, Bethany?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
I don't know the exact details, but I know that this is the system that they use to keep you out of Facebook jail.
Exactly.
So they manage time. They steal time from different places in order to get the users who are active, get their stuff up. So if it does take longer to post, it's because they're preventing you from having your account flag Facebook and say that you're doing something illegal.
Exactly. Okay. All right. So that's the My Listing section. So for sales, pop over to sales. So these are things that have been claimed. And some of this is actually from a vendor event that I did that I updated. So when someone clicks on claim, and here's it sold. When they click on claim, all their information goes into this customer notes section. So you see the picture of the item that they claimed, which you can actually click on and expand upon this picture so you can see what it is. You get the customer's name, their shipping address, their email address, all the information that you need in order to invoice and ship. You get to know how they want their shipment, whether it's local pickup, if you do the cheapest, fastest type thing. You know the date and time that they claimed, and you know the price that it was listed for. So, which is all really important. What I like is that I can click off when I've invoiced someone. So once I've invoiced somebody in Audrey, I click this. So you can sort by that, so you can see who you've invoiced already, who you haven't. And it's nice because all these criteria at the top, all the labels you can sort by. So I could sort by who's paid yet. I could sort by item, sort by customer, which is really great because I might want to, invoice Zoo Moon all the 3 things that were purchased at that time in one invoice. So I do that. Once I get confirmation that they paid, I can click off paid. And if they picked up or they've shipped, or if I have shipped it, I click that. And then it pops it away. So where does it go? It goes down to the bottom. I don't want to show all that stuff because I got a lot of customer info in there. But it pops to my recently completed sales. And then that has, that's where I could go back later and see what someone has paid for before. And all the way down at the bottom, you can view all completed sales that you've ever done. So that's pretty nice. Nice way to keep everything organized. This is also where you can cancel someone's sale. There's customer view. You can edit info. I had someone the other day, for some reason, she put the wrong state that she lived in. I don't know. So I could go back in and edit that for her. It happens. She was excited. She just wanted that real bad. So, oh my gosh, yeah, I put the wrong state. And I was like, that's weird, but I'll fix it for you. But things happen. So you can edit all that stuff. Sometimes I edit pricing. So like this thing, I took these leggings for myself and I took this perfect tee as a cover up for me. So I put the price as 0 because I kind of like how at the beginning it shows you how much you sold and whatnot. And I decided not to inflate that with all the stuff I'm stuffing in my closet because it's a lot. All right.
So one of the other things, of the things that I think is important to know is for people who keep their inventory up all the time in Facebook, who have like a VIP type of group and don't do a weekly sale. If you go down to your sold folder, I know you don't want to show us your customer info, but if you go down all the way down and you go under,
am I doing that wrong?
Yeah, so you can show them how you can cancel sales, but you're all
do it like that too.
Yeah, so your all completed sales you just clicked. If you want to remove those pictures from your albums, you go to delete Facebook photos. So like say you want to keep your sale up, but you just want to get rid of those items that are, I don't know, drawing legging addicts into your groups because they just want to comment next on the one pair of anchors that you have. You can go down to, you can basically select all. And so you change your number inventory to all under completed sale. Then you do select all. And then when you scroll all the way to the bottom of your sold folder, you click delete Facebook photos for selected. And it will show you in that little box that was underneath that you just scrolled away from. Go down.
Yep.
Click that. Yeah, just, I don't know, there was a little, yeah. I'm like, yeah, you do this.
Yeah. Can you all see that? I hope you can see it.
So if you can select everything that's in there right now, just so that I can show them what I'm talking about. Yep, all, and then select all.
Oh, let me just do some because some of these I didn't, oh yeah, I can do all. Never mind. Sorry, I got confused. And then delete.
You have to select them. So select all.
Sorry, I'm a little slow tonight.
That's all right. I'm like driving through you. I'm a backseat driver. That's what I am. Oh my God.
Like, where am I going?
So there you go. So you'll see that there
cool.
are some things that you can actually pull out of there. But again, just like the customized form that trips you up every time, you actually have to click on those lines to remove them from wherever they are. And that will pull the picture so you have to control and highlight every single one. And once you say yes, delete Facebook photos, it'll pull that picture out of your Facebook album. So that's good for somebody like me.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what I kind of like, I like that it does leave the pictures in there, because I don't leave my pictures up in my sales. So it takes, when I do a cancel, did I do cancel yet? No, I didn't do cancel yet. So let me cancel these Jordans. Oh, let me buy a Jordan for myself. Bear with me a second. Here's the photo. Oh, let's go back to, I found out it's black, so now I want it. So I'm gonna claim this. It will be mine. Oh, gosh. I'm just, hopefully this works by being foolish like this. Okay, so claim. All right, so now it's claimed, it's mine. It says who claimed it, which is really nice. So if someone else were to click on this link, they'll know that this is mine, back off. So that's kind of nice. All right, so let me now go to, so I originally had 18 Jordans posted, and now I have 17 because I just claimed that one. So if I go into sales, you can see this Jordan that I just bought is right here, along with my email address, my fake address right here. All right, so I go to my listings, I click on Jordan, go to all, select all, and then if I cancel. All right. So now what it's doing is taking down all those unsold pictures. So everything's gone. And when I go back to the Facebook group, look at that album. I haven't done it yet. That was too fast. Too fast. So it's going to take down all the pictures. Soon-ish. Anyway, usually I'm doing a whole bunch of them, so it happens a little bit faster, but I like to go back to the album and then pull my inventory from there. It'll already be all grouped. Okay, one last thing for me, and then Bethany can come back if she has anything else. So how I taught my customers how to use this. For customer sign up, it's really easy. So you click on this button, and actually all I gave to my customers was this one link for how to register. So then they just had to come in, create a username, password, and bam, they were ready to go. And I found that it worked really well for them. I'm gonna stop the share right now. Yeah, I think this has worked really well for my business anyway. And I found that even people that maybe weren't as Facebook savvy found Shop the Row to be really easy, because it was more what they were used to. They knew that they claimed something. It wasn't like, oh, I wasn't getting all these questions like, did I do it right? Did I do it right? Because they could see it. And that really helped me a lot for people that don't like the computer but like to shop. So that worked out. Do you have anything?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I think you can use it a bunch of different ways too. Like I have a picture that I use that describes the process. So when somebody says like, what do I do now? Or they just comment sold and they don't actually claim the item. That's an easy way to just throw up a picture and get them to comply. Actually, there is one more thing. I think in order for them to have an order history of what they've purchased or claimed from you and from other consultants, they have to log in prior to using the program, I think.
All right.
So I actually don't know, but I think that they do, because some people have said that they've claimed things and it hasn't showed up. And the way that they've inputted their information looks different from the last time that they did. So that makes me think that you have to log in. As a customer, you have to log in every time to claim your item and have it listed in your order history. So they're on their side of things. The way that I sell this to my customers is that I want to use it, so they have to do it, and that it helps me get my items out quicker to them, and me have a list of what I've sold them, and then it also helps me not screw up what I sell them and send them. But that also it gives them an order history, and they know exactly which consultant they purchased this from. So if they have a pair of leggings and they get a hole, they'll be able to to look in their order history and be like, oh, Bethany sent me those crappy leggings that have holes in them, and I have to call her and let her know. So it's really nice for them too.
Yeah, I think it's really great for the customer.
Yeah.
Reasons, and just for knowing that what they're getting and knowing when they claimed and what they should be expecting in the mail.
Yeah.
So it's like timestamp, so it's nice.
Yeah. I asked for a lot of feedback from my customers, and everybody had positive things to say.
Awesome. So does anyone have any questions for us before we
We are a wealth of knowledge.
We know everything.
Holler.
I have a question. You don't see me, but
Nope.
I am here. If you put in, like, say you have 20, a certain pair of leggings, and you put it in there, and you go to post in a Facebook group or album.
Yep.
Does it post all 20 leggings?
Unless you unselect them, it will post all 20 leggings. So if you have it selecting all, like all of them are highlighted blue, then it will post. But if you can control click or just click on the button to make sure that it's not highlighted to not post all.
Okay.
Yeah, so I get, like, a lot of people don't post all of their duplicates. I've always posted all of my duplicates because I'm so hopeful that every single time I post, everybody is going to claim all of my red leggings and it's going to be gone. But if you want to just put one up to sort of keep people interested and create that sense of urgency, you do have to go through and select it. The problem with that is that if there are multiple people who want that one item, you're not going to have that comment. You're not going to have the ability for somebody to click a link and have it go into your sales section for your Shop the Row. So that's why I didn't switch my method to the more enticing method and like creating a sense of urgency, because I was like, well, I don't want to have to then go in and enter it as a sale outside of Shop the Row because this person wants it. So I'm just going to make everything available. Oh, you should probably show them how to do that, how to enter a sale outside of Shop the Row.
Good point.
Because like vendor events or in-home pop-ups. So when I have always done it this way, which is probably why my customers hate me. But I've at an in-home pop-up, I have always pulled my picture from my photo album and put it into a sold folder at the time that I was checking people out. So it's a long checkout process with me, and it always has been. This is still quicker because I'm going into my inventory and pulling out an item from it's easier. It's just easier to do, but you do have to enter it in as a sale outside of Shop the Row if you're doing an in-home pop-up or like an in-person sale. So Thea's going to show you how to do that.
So to sell this kimono, I'm going to go, so I'll bring up the picture, go to more. Oh, hold on, unclick it. Go to more, go to sold outside of Shop the Row. I can enter the price, the customer's name, and any other information I have about them or not have, and then click submit. So now in my sales section, it popped me over there. The kimono's now in sales and is sold to me on that time. Ooh.
And so still, if you're at an in-person sale, in order to get it into your sold folder, you have to click all three buttons. So you have to click the invoice, paid, and shipped, even though you didn't do any of that nonsense. In order to move it, you do have to click those three.
Yep. Oh, and here's how you cancel a sale. Cancel. That's it. One click. And I'll put it back into the proper folder.
Mm-hmm. And that moves it. It doesn't move it back into your inventory. It moves it back into your listing. So you still have to move it from your listing into your inventory. So if you guys do a lot of in-home pop-ups, you are probably going to want to make those barcodes. And in order to make the barcodes, you just have to list everything into your listed section. And then at the very bottom of that, there's a little checkbox that says make QR codes.
Yep, so right here. So once
QR
you
codes.
picture,
yep.
It's download
So
QR code.
yeah, and when you do that, it doesn't indicate really clearly what item it is. Like the number that it prints out doesn't correlate with the number that's on your screen and in your listed photos or in your listed section. Like, it doesn't give you that same exact link number. So you do actually have to scan the QR code and bring up the picture in order to label it. So that is going to be another arduous process that I'm not even thinking about right now. I will do a little at a time. But I think feedback that I've heard is that it's pretty easy once you've done it and you're just doing a few at a time.
So Bethany, when you're scanning, are you scanning with another program or are you scanning with Shop the Row?
You're scanning with another program. They have free barcode readers, like apps that you get just for your phone. So it's basically like having a scanning gun on your phone.
Okay. And does it bring you to Shop the Row so you can put it sold?
Yeah, the link that Shop the Row, so what it does is it pulls, the whole process of you going into your inventory and pulling out that item and then doing sold outside Shop the Row, it brings you to that picture of the item being up and then you entering the person's information in.
Awesome. Okay.
So like, if I were doing, like I just had a pop-up this weekend and I just said Amanda A's pop-up, and so every time I typed in the word, or typed in the letter A, it would auto-populate Amanda A's pop-up. I didn't designate the sale to anybody, but if you're using a QR code, it does the same thing. It brings you to that page. So you don't have to go find it in your album, which is nice.
That would have been helpful yesterday.
The thing that I'm obsessed with and that I am trying to figure out the best way to do this is with leggings, because I keep all of my leggings in packages, and I keep the little label in there, but I think the only way that I can feel safe labeling leggings and not having to go find them is to attach the label to the leggings, like to the size tag on the legging. And I got myself a price tag attaching gun, but I don't know if I want to do that. That's so much work. So I
think they used to do that, and then they used to get holes, like right where the.
I'm thinking not in the actual legging material, in the size tag. Like
in the the one size.
Yeah, like I wouldn't do it in the actual material because that legging material will not hold up to that. And you know me, I don't want anybody to contact me afterwards and say anything. I just want them to buy my stuff, not ask me any questions. I'm excellent. But I still think that would be, it's just like another thing that you have to do. So it might just make sense. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll come up. I was thinking of writing a number on the actual legging and then having a piece of paper that had all my QR codes on it that correlated with the number. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. It's getting a little too crazy.
Maybe we could find some small sticker to stick on the one size tag or something, like a small QR code.
Well, yeah, you can. I could put it on the tag without a problem, but I don't trust my customers to leave that tag with that item.
Right.
Not with leggings. If it's not attached to the
but I mean, yeah.
Like even if I train them and said, okay, make sure you take that tag and put it right back in the package, they're not going to do it. Yeah, tags are going to be all over the crate. Yeah, they can't do it. They just can't do it. Yeah. I go in after a pop-up and there are just tags everywhere, like it's out of control. I'm like, what is wrong with you? What is going on? But yeah.
Awesome. All right. Any other questions?
There's 2 chats down here. I don't know.
Oh, there's some chats. I missed something.
No.
Oh, it was just me. I was talking to Tricia. All right. Well, I think this was really good, and hopefully we answered most of your questions, and I'd be happy to answer anything. I know Bethany would be happy to answer anything. So I think we're going to sign out and talk to y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.